guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling. And man, I really appreciate you guys making some time out of your day to hang out with me a little bit. And guys, I'm going to break you of a bad habit in bass fishing if you let me do it in today's episode. Probably a lot of guys are going to go down kicking and screaming on this deal that I'm going to talk about today, but I can assure you, if you try it and you listen to me, guys, your fishing success is going to go better, your experience on the water is going to go better, and just overall, you're just really going to enjoy it if you just try it. So we'll get into that in today's episode. Also, guys, real quick reminder, just want to let you know about the Get Ready for Summer sale on my Solar Bat Series RB2 and RB3 series sunglasses. Right now, you can get them this month at 30% off, including prescription lenses. So I'll put the Solar Bat link in the description. And also, guys, big thank you to everybody out there that's taken time to hit that subscribe button here at Intuitive Angling. If you're one of the people that have done that, I really appreciate the support of the channel. And my family and I want to give you guys a big thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Okay, now guys, just hear me out on this deal, because I can promise you it's going to make your fishing so much better if you just try this. First of all, one of the biggest things that bass anglers do, that a lot of them don't even realize it has any impact on it, is they can't quiet their mind, and they can't be quiet, and they can't be still, and they can't listen. So I want to get into this a little bit more, and I'm going to give you guys some tips and advice on how you can do it. So right off the bat, I'm going to start out from the time you get up in the morning until the time you go fishing on the lake, and sort of explain to you what you need to do and try this. Now, my truck that I got, you guys have seen my old beat up, the truck that's got 550,000 miles on it. I bought that truck when it was about a year old, and I had it probably 6 months, and the radio broke on it, and I never got it fixed. So I haven't had a radio in my truck since 2013 was the last time I had a radio in my truck. So when I drive in silence. Guys, that's the best thing that ever happened to me. It's like turning your radio off on the way to the lake it's going to set you up for success, because most people, it's like they can't be with themselves. They got to have something to distract their mind or take their mind off their own thoughts. And if you would simply just turn your radio off on your truck on your way to the lake in the morning and focus on the day ahead. Don't listen to music, don't listen to the news, don't whatever you do on there, especially country and western music. You guys know how much I hate country music. But if you just go to the lake in peace and quiet, you're setting yourself up and your mind for a successful day in the water. So one of the things you can do as you're on the way to the lake in the morning, go over, sort of mentally pre-fish. It's like this is one of the most productive things you can do in silence, is mentally go over the day that you're going to have. So when you're driving to the lake a little bit in silence, think about how you want your day to go. Think about where you're going to start out, the techniques that you're going to try, and things that you're going to try if something doesn't work. If you start out and you want to throw a crankbait, that's your plan for the day, and it's not working, then what's plan B? Just go over this in your mind in a big way. Okay, now when you get to the lake and you launch the boat in there, try to keep everything focused on what you have at the day at hand. It's like one of the things that really takes people away from fishing and being present completely in the moment and focusing in the moment is mindless, idle distraction and chatter. Now, if you're just out there just to hang out with your buddy and you don't care if you catch a fish, this is not what I'm talking about. Then go ahead and enjoy talking to your buddy. But if you want to catch bass and you're serious about catching bass, when you go out in the lake, you have to make a conscious effort to be quiet. Now, what this means is a lot of different things. Number one, it means keeping the conversation in the boat to a minimum. It's like if you're fishing with somebody, don't just be talking like, a chatterbox out there. Keep the talk, quiet, keep it short, and focus on what you're doing. Don't get into this big long conversation, because number one is you can't concentrate and talk at the same time. And that's one of the things that if I get a talker, like say my co-angler's a talker, and once in a while, or not once in a while, but probably, I don't know, 25% of the time, I'll get a talker that I draw with. It's somebody that just cannot be quiet. They cannot just not talk. And one of the things I tell them, I'm not trying to be rude, I'll just say, hey, look, I can't focus on a conversation with you and focus on what my lure's doing at the same time. I've got to concentrate. I got to put all my effort on fishing and focusing on my cast and working this bait. I can't divide my mind into two different directions. So just tell your person you're fishing with that let's just fish. You know, you've heard the saying, shut up and fish. There's a lot of truth to that. The second with that is be very aware of your in the boat movements. So many people I fish with, guys, are clumsy and heavy in a boat. That's one of the reasons I either fish barefoot or, I wear some really light tennis shoes. These ones called On Clouds. They're like super, super light. And moving around in the boat quiet, not rocking the boat, not slamming lids, not moving your tackle boxes around where they're making a big noise, not slamming rods around, not, putting your trolling motor in the water real loud. Try to be as quiet and stealthy as you can. When you put that trolling motor down in the water, gently lower it down in the water. Don't use your electronics unless you absolutely need to, because it's putting off noise in the water. So try to use your electronics as a minimum. When you shut down to fish a spot, make sure that you shut down a long way from it where you don't have this big motor noise coming up on there. And just be stealthy in the boat. Move slow, be careful of where you're stepping at. And that whole thing about hunting for fish, this is part of the process. When you're bass fishing, you're hunting to find fish. And there's not a single successful hunter out there that makes a lot of noise in the woods. It's the same in a bass boat. There's not any successful fishermen that slam tackle boxes around and just, talk constantly and make a bunch of noise. So the thing about it, guys, don't underestimate the power of silence. Silence is extremely powerful. And one of the things that I found out is a lot of people, a little psychology 101 here, a lot of people are not comfortable with themselves, and they can't be quiet. They have to be entertained. They have to have the radio on. They have to have the TV on. They have to have their mind stimulated all the time. And this is just a bad habit. It's not anything that you are, that you're born with. It's like it's a habit that you get into about, just idle, just mindless chatter and talk and just trying to, keep the conversation going. Like I said, listening to the radio, just not being silent. So practice that, guys. Just try a little bit. I mean, here's one of the things, like for the next 3 or 4 trips that you go on, just try what I'm talking about. Turn your radio off. Don't turn it on. Focus on your fishing. Be quiet in the boat. Tell your guy you're fishing with to be quiet in the boat, and just see the results on it. See how many more fish that you catch. And in addition to catching more fish, you're going to have a lot better experience on the water. You're going to absorb things that you haven't absorbed before. You're going to be aware of things you're not aware of before. You're going to hear things that you haven't heard before. So give it a try. Let's just see what you think about it. And if it doesn't work for you, you can go back to the way you're doing it. So anyway, I hope it helps out, guys. We'll talk later.